Welcome to my views and news. Wednesday's first video, first news story is about General Bacha Debele, retired general of Ethiopian National Defense Force. He was part of ENDF last year when ENDF was fighting Tigray fighters in Amhara far regions. In the first phase of the conflict as well, he was part of the ENDF when ENDF, EDF regional forces attacked Tigray in November 2020. He passed some controversial remarks an hour ago about rape incidents which happened in Tigray. What did he say? Secondly, US seems to be putting pressure upon Ethiopian government to implement the peace agreement. Antony Blinken, US Secretary of State, called PM Abiy a few hours ago. After that, Antony Blinken confirmed the call in a message. What is he saying? What was this call about? Firstly, viewers, General Bacha Debele is ENDF general, not part of ENDF now, because now he is serving as Ethiopian ambassador to Kenya. He led ENDF troops in the first and second rounds of fighting in the conflict in northern Ethiopia. First round was from November 2020 till June 2021 when ENDF, EDF, Amhara forces stormed Tigray. Second round was from July 2021 till December 2021 when Tigray forces entered Amhara forces. And then third round started in August and then ended the start of this month. So he led ENDF troops in the first and second rounds of fighting. And after that, two ENDF generals, I think at the start of this year, they were appointed as ambassadors. One was appointed to Egypt, I think, and Bacha was appointed as ambassador to Kenya. Peace talks have been held in Kenya. We know that second declaration between Tigray Population Front and Ethiopian federal government was signed in Kenya. And he was seen there in Kenya with General Birhanu Jula. And when Birhanu Jula returned to Ethiopia after the signing of the declaration, he accompanied Birhanu Jula to Addis Ababa. So he's still an influential man. He spoke about rape incidents which happened in Tigray during the first round of fighting mainly, because main allegations about rape incidents in Tigray are during the first round of fighting from November 2020 till June 2021. He denied any involvement of Ethiopian National Defense Force in committing rapes in Tigray. He said ENDF was there to protect the people of Tigray. After the signing of the agreement as well, ENDF is ensuring peace and stability. But he leveled some serious allegations. He said 50% of rapes were committed to mobilize people to create a false narrative. I'm not saying quote unquote, a false narrative was created of genocide, of rapes, of sexual violence. Rapes were committed but not by ENDF. So he is implying that Tigray fighters or people backed by Tigray authorities, they committed rapes. And rapes were blamed on ENDF. Purpose was to form a sort of narrative, to launch a narrative against ENDF and EDF. and to launch the narrative on international platforms that genocide, sexual violence were being committed in Tigray. Now, why is he saying all this at a time when peace deal is going to be implemented? These times are very crucial. Peace deal is still very fragile. Key issues unresolved. Disarmament unresolved. Volkaites, Raya unresolved. Withdrawal of Eritrean military unresolved. Things have been agreed at the table, but so far progress is going to be made in coming days. So these days are very crucial. It's the responsibility of Ethiopian government officials to play their role in ensuring the smooth implementation of the agreement. Yesterday, I did a video on Milaku Elabel's statement. He said TPLF was sending mixed signals. He is Minister of Industry. And now Bacha is saying that rapes were committed not by ENDF. They were committed, but by Tigray authorities themselves. So what sort of message is being sent by Ethiopia? It is being sent by Bacha, Milaku Elabel, Ethiopian government officials to Tigray authorities. I think government should try to rein in government officials, federal government. These allegations can be leveled at some later stage. Investigations can be conducted. Right now, priority should be implementation of the agreement. Withdrawal of forces from Tigray, demobilization, disarmament, as agreed in Pretoria Agreement. Bacha was part of talks, or he was there in Nairobi, Kenya, when Tadesse Varade and Banajula signed a declaration a few days ago. He knows how difficult was the process leading to the signing of the agreement. So I think he should have been more careful. But his tweet is irresponsible. I think being an ambassador, he should have been more careful. Ambassadors know diplomacy. That is why they're diplomats, they're ambassadors. They know how to resolve issues through dialogue, through talks, not through blame game, not through accusations at a crucial time when a deal is going to be implemented. Secondly, viewers, US seems to be putting pressure upon Ethiopian government to implement the peace agreement. Antony Blinken, US Secretary of State, called PM Abiy a few hours ago. The two held a telephonic conversation, and after that Antony Blinken spoke, and he said that he called PM Abiy and he urged urgent need to implement the peace deal. US was committed to African Union-led peace process. US was committed to support African Union-led peace process. So why did Antony Blinken call PM Abiy? Is there some delay in the implementation of the peace deal? Are things being delayed? Yes, things are being delayed because the Pretoria Agreement of 2nd of November states that in 1 month disarmament will be completed. And disarmament is linked to withdrawal of non-ENDF and foreign forces from Tigray. So far, no disarmament, no withdrawal. Both are linked. So that is why basically what has happened so far is that guns have been silenced, no fighting. Otherwise, issues are still unresolved. Here, US seems to be putting pressure upon Ethiopian government to ensure the withdrawal of Eritrean military and Amhara forces from Tigray. I think the message from Antony Blinken to Abiy would be to ensure the start of withdrawal of Eritrean military and Amhara forces from Tigray. Aid arrival in Tigray is accelerating. We have seen that gradually. We have seen aid convoys arrive in Mesabre, Alamata, Shire, in Makale, ICRC, UNHCR, and UNICEF convoys have entered in the last 2 to 3 days. So, aid delivery is picking up pace. Other issues are unresolved, especially withdrawal of forces and disarmament. That is why Antony Blinken called PM Abiy. Ethiopian government is the one which can be influenced by US. US cannot influence Eritrea. Eritrea already under sanctions from the EU, from the US. Isaias Afwerki will not listen to the US. He will listen to PM Abiy, because both PM Abiy and Isaias, they have an alliance, and they share their views mostly on the peace agreement. The peace agreement signed in Pretoria had Eritrea's backing reportedly. So that is why now US wants Ethiopia to tell Eritrea that Eritrea should start withdrawing its forces from Tigray. Will Eritrea listen? Will Isaias Afwerki listen? That remains to be seen. But a very clear message from US. The word is urgent implementation, which Antony Blinken used in his message. Urgent implementation. It means that US wants Ethiopia to take action now. What will Eritrea do? Let's see. Thank you for watching.